Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm back with a new interesting story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was Neglected? Konoha's reaction, and yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now, before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And as for why a short story, not a short movie, or a movie at that, it is because I'm not feeling that much well. It may be because I, ended up playing the new Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty whole night. It was honestly a good game, to be honest. I mean, the DLC expansion, whatever you call it. It was quite awesome. If you haven't given it a try, I highly recommend. Do give it a try. It is awesome. And as for your suggestions, please do leave them in the comment section. And some of you guys have been suggesting me to make a One Piece crossover. I can get that done with the help of ChatGPT, because I don't know shit about, One Piece, since I already gave up after the third episode or so on. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, a few months after the Third Great Shinobi War. As we go towards the said village to see that Hiruzen Sarutobi, the Sandaime Hokage of the said village, was in his office, fighting with his worst enemy, paperwork, which was ever so increasing. It was like if he blinked a few times, the paperwork would just double out. And he was trying his best to just finish it and get it over with. It all happened because of the, Great Shinobi War that happened a few months back. But he knew that this will all come to an end soon, because he has chosen his successor. With the help of the elders and daimyo suggestion, Minato Namikaze was the candidate for the job, and he will finally get rid of this, monstrosity that was called paperwork, the bane of every Kage. He was, feeling guilty and a bit bad. Actually, not that bad about Minato, because he was his scapegoat to escape this monstrosity. As he was working, he was suddenly, disappeared in a puff of smoke as he appeared in a different plane that was almost void and white. As suddenly, one by one, he saw his student Jiraiya, Tsunade, and then Orochimaru, and later on, the elders and the Shinobi Council members, the new Shinobi clan heads, as well as Minato and Kushina arrived there, alongside Kakashi and a few key figures of Jonin. Sensei, where is this? I don't know, Kakashi. Wait, Sensei? As everyone was now looking at each other, as Hiruzen said, enough! It seems like someone has brought us here, and we are not sure who it is. Do any of you know who could have done this? No, Hokage-sama, we are not sure, said Shikaku Nara, as he, the head of the Nara clan head, was quite surprised as well, as was everyone, as that is when they heard a voice. My name is the contractor. I have been contracted by Kamiyami and Shinigami to bring you all here, to see the possible future that will happen with the Child of Prophecy. Wait, you mean the same Child of Prophecy that has been prophesied to me by the Toad Sage? Yes, Jiraiya. Because of you and some of the people of Konoha trying to manipulate that prophecy in their favor, things, let's just say, took a drastic turn, and not for the good reason at all. The contractor, son, said Hiruzen. What do you mean? As a few images appeared in front of them, as they were all baffled and shocked. Konoha was nothing more than ruins now. And not only Konoha, major villages as well, and only one village was standing above all. Uzushio Gakure. But there was a kanji written on top of that symbol, Neo Uzushio Gakure. As they saw a combination of Minato and Kushina, and presumably their child sitting on top of a huge throne, looking at everyone who was suffering down with a smirk on his face. As behind him were all 9 Bijus, and he was just sitting there like a cruel tyrant watching over the people suffer. What happened? Why does he is your son. Both yours and Kushina's, Minato. As Minato's eyes widen, and so does Kushina's. Wait, that can't be right. Then why is he doing that? What happened? That is why I've brought you here, to see the future of what happened, so that this conclusion was reached and can be avoided. We have to avoid it at all cost, and for that to happen, we need to see this all, said Danzo. We have to make sure that we make countermeasures for any kind of weakness that he has. See? That is why I was not happy that the Kamiyama Shinigami suggested that the elders be here, because they will only prepare to countermeasure him, not to understand him and his grief, and maybe try to, be nice and change it. As the three of them remained quiet, as Hiruzen with narrowed eyes then said, "You mean they were the ones that were involved, right? Many of you here are indirectly or directly involved. I'm not gonna say and put the blame on all, but yes, you are all to blame for playing a part. So that is why you are here. If you're done with most of the explanation now, please take seats so we can begin with this. I have much more work to do. As all of them now seated on the chairs that appeared in front of them, the screen displayed once more, as they all saw the QB attack happening on October 10th, as Minato fighting off a masked person, and later on, going to save them all by fighting off the Biju, and stealing the Biju by dying alongside Kushina inside their son named Naruto. As, after seeing this much events, the screen paused, as everyone was filled with shock and grief. As Jiraiya then says, "No, this is not good." As everyone was sad, "Minato, I know what I did." As he looked towards contractor as the video was paused, "I know what our mistake was, mine and Kushina's." "So, you do? Do let me know what you think about the situation, what your mistake might be, Minato." "It is, we sealed the Biju inside Naruto, and died. Our death, because of our overconfidence. It was our mistake." "Yes, that was. You could have survived that event if you had not been after that man and would have from the beginning focused on saving your family. Your ego standing in the way, Minato, cost you your whole family and your son." As the video continued on, they all saw that Hiruzen grabbing the baby up, as he ordered everyone to clear up the bodies that were laying there, went towards the council chamber, where he made his grievous mistakes, or one of them. He declared Naruto as the Jinchuriki, but kept the secret details about him being the son of Minato and Kushina, which not only enraged the civilian council members, but gave the elders a chance, as Danzo, who wanted to be the new acting Kage, saw this chance as an opportunity to grab the Jinchuriki and make his puppet. And he tried everything he could to make the child's living hell, as he lived in the Konoha. As now we have a time skip of 4 years, as Hiruzen, with a heavy heart, was seen carrying an injured 4-year-old Naruto to a hospital, who refused to treat him, and then he had no other choice but to threaten and impose his power to make sure that Naruto get the treatment. As the video paused again, as Hiruzen looked down, "I made a grave mistake, it seems." "Of course you did, Hiruzen. You realize what you did, right? It is foolish of me, or anyone at that moment, to trust them. And yet I believed in my sensei's word. But Danzo, don't blame your mistakes on me. Not like you're any good, Danzo," said the contractor. "You, yourself, are a very, very big reason why Naruto is going to be what he's going to be. You all just have to watch." As the video continued, as Minato and Kushina kept on their face straight, as they saw their friends ignoring Naruto and their kids as well, and later even Hiruzen had to pay the kids to actually be acting nice to him and be his friends to make Naruto's life easier, and that is how he got to the academy. And not only that, there Naruto faced a lot of two-facedness from his senseis, who would deliberately teach him everything wrong to make sure that he was stupid and not learning everything. But thanks to Hiruzen, he was able to learn a few stuff and was able to advance to the 13th grade, in which he was going to graduate at the age of 13. As now we see, he failed twice, but the third time was a charm when he, failed again. As he was alone, he was taken advantage of by Mizuki, his secondary sensei, who ordered him to steal a scroll of sealing, and that is when most of the hateful Anbu took charge. As arriving before the Kage, they took Naruto down, who has taken down Mizuki, as Mizuki blamed everything on Naruto, as Naruto was punished badly by the council. But Hiruzen, after finding out and discovering the truth with the help of Dragon Anbu Commander and Jiraiya, and even Iruka, the only kind sensei that Naruto had, was able to prevent his punishment and get Mizuki executed for what he has done, and everyone banished for those who were involved in hurting him, because they were not fit to be shinobis of the said village. As now we see, Naruto bandaged up again, but this time he had a small spark, a small hope as he grabbed onto his headband, because he was a shinobi now. As Minato and Kushina's heart was crushed as they watched this heart-wrenching moment. Naruto, their son, was suffering so much. And right under Hiruzen's nose, Minato, "Kushina, stop," said Minato coldly as he looked towards everyone. "We don't need to listen to any of your pleas or words. They won't matter, Hiruzen. None of them at all. Now, I didn't brought you here to fight, Minato. I brought you here to make sure that you see your mistakes. They all are going to change. Well, some of them at least." As that is when they saw that Naruto's life just took another worse turn when he was placed on Team 7. Kakashi, well, not knowing who Naruto was, ignored him and solely focused on Sasuke. "No, I wouldn't do that," said Kakashi, who was watching his future self do this. "Why would I do this to Sensei's son?" "See, that is your mistake, Kakashi. You ignored your student. What did your sensei taught you? To never ignore your whole team, because those who abandon one of their own teammates is worse than trash. And that is what you did. Even after teaching them your same code and moral of your sensei. But I did not knew his. Does it matter that he has to be my son, Kakashi? You wouldn't have taught him otherwise?" As Kakashi remained quiet after hearing this, as he looked down in shame, knowing what his sensei has said was right. As they continued to watch, Naruto still had hope, as that hope was crushed when, Hiruzen died in the Chunin exams attack. Even if Naruto tried all his best, in the end, it didn't matter, because people didn't care about him and gave all the admiration and adoration to the Sasuke Uchiha, as the elder wanted, and even gave him the Chunin rank, which Naruto deserved. Naruto, although felt hatred for the first time, ignored it, thinking that it was not worth it and he should be, visiting his GG's grave if anything else, who was only akin to family like him. As that is when the contractor stopped again. "You see, elders, you two, Homura, Koharu, have always been his lackeys. He has done nothing but to use you for gaining his own means, and because of that, you two have harmed many kind and good souls. We see our mistake, and we are not liking where things are going. Oh, but this is only the beginning. You haven't seen the rest yet. Trust me, when you do, you will regret what you are going to do later on." As the video continued, as they all saw, mainly Minato and Kushina with a heavy heart as they were holding back their tears, as they saw Jiraiya taking Naruto, knowing who he was, and training him as hard as he could, as Naruto gave it his all. But in the end, once Jiraiya too died, after Tsunade became a Kage and Naruto became somewhat of, admired by the people, the Akatsuki took charge and attacked Konoha by a given tip by Danzo, as that is when Contractor paused, as Minato jumped out of his seat and literally punched Danzo on the face again and again until he bursted his face into bloody pulp, and thanks to Contractor's given power, he was able to heal Danzo. "Why did you do that? This bastard deserves to die for what he has done." Now, Minato, I told you. Not in my domain. You're not going to stay in it or do anything like that of sort. If you want to sort things out, sort it back at your home. Why would you do this, Danzo? Why would you betray your own home? Because of your weakness. The weakness that you call is the sensei's teaching. Sensei's teachings led to his death and demise, and to you and yours. It is not good. I was able to survive because of my own moral and code. Your code is nothing more than treachery, Danzo. and you will pay for that. I still don't believe this. Why is Sasuke like this? Is he really going to grow up like that? My. And to think that I would give him the curse mark seal. Orochimaru, please remain quiet. It is not of a laughing matter. I still don't get it. Why is he here? You will know in due time, said the contractor to Tsunade, as all of them remained quiet. As now we see, as Naruto was sad, he heard a voice from within, the Kyuubi no Yoko talk. But it wasn't for any revenge or bloodthirst. It was of sadness. Listen, kid. I know that, well, you know I am within you. And you are my Jinchuriki because Hiruzen revealed this to you already. Yeah? What is it that you want, Mr. Fox? You know, I feel bad for how people have treated you so far because of me. I somehow feel guilty. Well, what do you want then? I don't know, kid. I'm not looking for forgiveness or anything, because I know I'm beyond that. What I want to is to help you out, and to tell you that you still have me, the one that lives in your mind, behind your back. If you need my help, just call. I'll always be at your beck and call, kid. You have earned my respect. By not giving in to your hatred after all that crap that they have thrown at your face. I guess you're right. As the video continued, where they saw Naruto now facing off against Akatsuki, and this time instead of transforming into the ragged beast, he was just fighting off with pure Sage mode. And after doing so, he saw the Tsunade one in a comatose state, and Naruto after the defeat was literally dragged by Anbus in the weakened state, as he was put on trial. As Danzo, now the acting Kage, blamed Naruto for all the massacre and the destruction that happened, even if Naruto prevented that by saving them all. And Naruto was thrown into blood prison, just like that. As after doing that, we see that in the blood prison Sasuke visited him just to mock him, alongside many of the friends, as Naruto's eyes widened to see that they were still siding with Sasuke, and not him. Why would our children do that? You forgot, said Shikaku. We did not knew he was Minato's son, and Hokage-sama paid our children to be his friends. They never liked him because we never did. That was our mistake, wasn't it? Of course. I'm here to make sure that you realize your future self's mistakes after all, and to prevent you from doing so. It doesn't make sense, said Kushina. Why are you telling them this? I mean, if it was any other kid, they would have done the same, haven't they? Well, of course. It is your kid, that is why it doesn't matter. No kid has to go through that. No Jinchuriki or non-Jinchuriki. A kid shouldn't suffer so much. That is why villains are created, not born. And you are the people who create villain. All of us are. And I'm gonna make sure that that doesn't happen. If there is ever a soul out there that need help in Elemental Nation, I just have to make sure that my hand is the first one that reaches out for them to be grabbed and pulled out of darkness. You're not alone, Kushina. I am with you. As both Minato and Kushina were happy, losing trust in everyone around them, they realized this, just how alone they were, and just how alone Naruto must have felt at that moment that was being displayed in front of them. As they watched Naruto just being broken, as they laughed at him and threw slurs at him before leaving. As Sasuke then said, "See, dope, I told you. I will strip you away from everything for getting in my way. Now you rot in hell, this hell and hereafter, demon." With these words said, they left, but not knowing that Naruto was now shattered and broken. His limits were crossed and pushed way beyond repair, as only one thing now flooded his mind like a broken dam: revenge, anger, rage. As Kyuubi, sensing these alarming emotions with such extent, realized one thing, that it was much greater than his or even the Sage's rage, and they can control it. I promised you, Naruto. I'll be at your beck and call. So, what do you want? Revenge? I want them all to suffer. That they will, kid. That they will. They deserve it. Every bit of it. As QB then saw Naruto getting up and pumping so much chakra into his chakra suppressor that they broke, and Naruto still stood with cold, blue, piercing eyes as he broke through Blood Prison that night, and everyone was on the edge of their toes, knowing that Naruto has escaped. Many of the Konoha people thought that he might have ran away, but most knew that this was Naruto, the bane and terror of Konoha, who was going to come to bite them in the ass, as the biggest karma ever would. As the first thing he did was take down Zatsu and the remaining Otsutsuki members, and after taking care of it, he took away something more precious than Sasuke ever wanted: his chance at getting revenge from his big brother who killed and massacred his whole clan, Itachi. He found him, killed him, ripping his eyes out and heart out, before leaving, and delivering the corpse right at his doorstep, with the words written there, with his own blood. "I got to him before you, Time. This marks the start of my revenge. Now you and the whole Konoha, heck, the whole elemental nation, be prepared, because it is time you pay for each and every one of your crimes against me and my clan. I'm not holding back. I stop pulling my punches now. And you, Naruto Uzumaki." As that letter was delivered to the Konoha Council, and they all were now downright terrified, because Itachi, they all knew, was a genius Jonin, and the strongest one at that, even stronger than the most strongest they had, and Naruto was able to take him down, and Sasuke, even though enraged, wanted to go after him, but he couldn't, as they were now in a lockdown, and Tsunade, although saddened by this, knew that she now had to go against Naruto to protect her home. As the screen paused, "What?" said Kushina as she jumped up, as Tsunade flinched. "You would rather go against my son, our clansmen, rather to correct the system?" "Listen, Kushina, it's not me yet. I mean, it is you in the future," said Kushina. "If Mito-sama was alive, she would have literally thrown you out and abandoned you for what you have done. The greatest of sins of the Uzumaki clan. Kin deserter." As these words ripped straight throughout Tsunade's heart, as she was already a broken person, but hearing these words meant she betrayed everyone, that she was thinking that she had lost. She could already see their disgusted faces, all of theirs. "No, you are. Enough, Kushina. We now talk to the kin deserters, please." As they sat down, Jiraiya was sad that he, because of his foolishness, died. If he should have remained there and not have been cocky about going to that Megakure alone, he might have done something. Heck, a lot for Naruto. Oh, damn it. This is not looking good at all. As after that they saw, taking down most, he went straight towards the ruins of Uchiha, where he found the scrolls, the hidden scrolls and passage where the Uzumaki treasures were kept, and only an Uzumaki would be able to enter it. As after arriving there, he found a scroll in which a lot of chakra of the Uchiha members were sealed. As Naruto unlocked and absorbed it all, a strand of his hair turning red. As now Naruto knew what he had to do. For a whole year he stayed there, studying the Kenjutsu martial arts as well as the Ninjutsu and Fuinjutsu of the Uzumakis. And from there on, he revived most of the Uzumakis without any wasting of his soul or lifespan. With the Uzumakis revived, his next target was to find out who was his parents. And thanks to Kyuubi, he already figured it out, Minato and Kushina. So he ventured into Konoha, unnoticed, and revived his parents, and took them with him. And from there on, the destruction began. The Namikaze Uzumaki family, together alongside Uzumaki citizens, knowing what they wanted, it was revenge from Kiri to Kumo and Iwa. All of them combined were the ones who killed them. It was time for their immortal bodies to deal with them once and for all with unlimited chakra. All hell broke loose while one by one, each and every village began to fall down to the might of the Uzumaki zombie-like army, and Naruto leading them. As Naruto was now ruthless, killing and sparing no one, even ripping out the other Jinchurikis who were siding with the others and taking their bijus, and by freeing them, from the mind control that they were put in. And as for some of the Jinchurikis, they were freed from their curse of being a Jinchuriki forever, and the Bijus were freed as well. Joining his tides were now the 9 Bijus and many of the suffered souls. As like a huge tsunami, Naruto and his army flooded everywhere, from Iwa, Kumo, Kiri, Suna, all the way to the minor villages as well. The Uchiha territory was so much that only Konoha was a spot left. The rest was already conquered within a year or so. Naruto was restless. Day in and day out he was battling, conquering land. And the Uzumakis, they were behind him, knowing what they had to do. Now Tsunade and Konoha, they knew that only death awaited them. But Sasuke Uchiha in all his madness went ahead, and this time Naruto didn't hesitate. Naruto butchered him down. As the clan heads watched Naruto with a huge sinister grin, butchering down their children without any remorse, as they had butchered down him, one by one. As Naruto, literally brutally murdering all of them, then arrived at the center heart, where he saw Tsunade, who was holding back her tears and had to fight. I, as a Kage, have to fight Naruto. Then I will bring back my own guns. As someone jumped in front of her, as Tsunade watching this jumped up from her seat. That can't be right. No, this is not good. Why did he do this? There standing in front of her was her Oba-chan, Mito Uzumaki, Senju herself, and she looked disgusted looking at Tsunade. And then besides her was her brother Nawaki, who died young. And then there was Dan, and then it was her Gigi, Hashirama, and then her parents as well. It was like a nightmare, as she then heard them all call kin deserter and abandon her, and abandoning her all, as she had no choice but to be just there and be broken. As Naruto went and placed a hand on her shoulder. I know you were forced, Bachan, but you could have done something. And that is why I'm gonna make this painless. As with a single needle straight throughout her brain, Naruto killed her, painlessly. Now rest, please. May your soul rest in heaven. As Naruto continued on with his massacre, as the screams and agonies of Konoha was heard, and the remaining people just suffered from hiding, as Naruto went back in Uzishigakure and sat down on his throne with a huge satisfied smirk on his face, as he watched down upon all. In front of him were the elders, tortured, revived, and tortured again, the main bane of his existence, alongside the civilian and shinobi council. As everyone was shaken to the core by the very torturous method that Naruto has developed. This is monstrous. Nothing more monstrous than what you have done, Homura. Something akin to what you call, let's just say, karma. You all deserved it, and that is what you all got. So, now that you have seen the future, what do you think you should all do? As Kyuubi took over Kushina, as contracted and separated her from, well, her Jinchuriki for the time being, I think what the kid did was right, and I do feel somewhat responsible for this as well. But that future is not worth what my father wanted, and for that to change, I guess I'll help you all as well, to clean out the trash and to change. We don't need anyone's help. There is no one here we trust. No one. And Sensei, you like us made also a mistake of dying early. You're the only one we'll trust. Can we? Of course, Minato. Of course you can. I still don't get it why I'm here. Because you're the one who gave Sasuke the curse mark. You trained him to be the Snake Sage. You were the one who filled his head with the thoughts that he was invincible. And in the end, it was because of you that he suffered and died. But why would Itachi kill our whole clan? Go figure. You, after Minato's death and the Kyuubi's attack, was so enraged that always everyone blamed the Uchihas because of an Uchiha almost orchestrating the attack. You wanted to start a coup. A coup? Why would you do this? Said his friends. I don't know. Well, you did. Alongside your clan. Danzo, well, literally killed all. As everyone looked at Danzo with a glare, you killed my clan. You turned Sasuke into that monster. That was Itachi. That it was on him. As after that, the contractor then said, "Now it is time for you all to reflect and change the future. I hope you made a better decision now. Bye." As with that said, they all disappeared. As the contractor then said, "It will be fun to watch what they do now. I have done what you asked me, Kamiyami Shinigami-sama, so you don't need to worry and come out." As the bandaged Kamiyami Shinigami arrived there, those who have been beaten by Naruto as they tried to intervene, breaking their own rules by this tyrant Naruto that was neglected by all and abandoned as well. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you liked this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.